Oh, un momento, por favor. Look at the care. Look at the. That's good technique.
Oh. Well, if I wasn't going to make it in the music business, I was going to be a housewife.
Oh, well, yeah, you got the build.
Oh.
All right, so what are we calling you for this interview?
Boy Blue.
Boy Blue?
Yep.
All right. Is it okay if we make reference to Nightingale, the Stuck Ups, YY, Verno J?
Yeah, you can talk about that.
Okay. All right, you're going to. All right, cool.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
This guy is on something. It's hard to start.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah, I've been recording for like the last 5 minutes.
This guy's an animal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm about to pass a bowel movement. I think I'll record for that.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, why don't you start with an introduction? Who are we?
Yeah, I shall indeed. All right. So right now, this is a Love Supreme with Verno J Records, sitting with the one Baby Blue.
Boy Blue.
Boy Blue, I'm sorry. Boy Blue.
Baby Blue is my favorite song, though. It's by King Cruel.
Oh, okay. There's a Baby Blue song with Action Bronson and Tyler, the Creator, that's really good. Yeah, there's like Tyler's part is like really nice. So anyway, so Boy Blue, sorry I messed it up.
You're fine.
Yeah, so right now I'm getting you before your performance that you have tonight. What's the name of the venue?
Rocky's Pub.
Rocky's Pub.
Or Rocky's Tavern, Rocky's Bar. I don't know. There's many iterations. To be quite honest with you, I definitely just, my buddy works there and was like, hey, you want to play a show? And I was like, yeah. And that's kind of how it all came to be. I haven't been there. I've never worked there, but people tell me it's a pretty chill spot.
Okay.
But it's Rocky's Bar, I believe.
So hold on. Okay, are there other Rockies that might be in Grand Rapids? Can you just call it Rockies? And then maybe people
you can just call it Rockies.
Yeah, you just call it Rockies, and then they'll find it there in Grand Rapids. Yeah. Okay, so Rockies in Grand Rapids. Anyway, so this is your first show stepping out as Baby Blue, correct? Boy Blue. God, whoo, boy, it's a long day. I'm sorry. As Boy Blue, right?
Yeah, Boy Blue. Yeah, it will be my first show. Yep.
Oh, your first show? Okay. How many songs are you going to record for us? Play for us?
I believe I'm going to try to do 10. Try emphasis on that because, I don't know, the set's pretty jammy, and we might end up just jamming, one or two songs for an extended period of time,
Okay, so you let me have a preview of your set list.
Yeah.
A couple of songs, a lot of them blues related. A lot of Muddy Waters. Is there any particular reason why you chose these cover songs for your set list?
Because Muddy Waters is arguably not even arguably, Muddy Waters is my patron saint, and he's the whole reason why I kind of fell back in love with music and back in love with, blues and gospel and soul all along that manner, because they all stem from the blues, And so, so Muddy is just one of my biggest inspirations, and it's something that I want to incorporate into my sound. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much the flat out answer. That's just I want to feel cool like Muddy.
Right. So, Boy, not Baby Blue. Mm-hmm. Gonna be playing a lot of Muddy Waters. So do you consider yourself a blues man? Did you one of them man? You a hoochie coochie man?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's a title that you give yourself or you earn. And if it's a title you earn, I don't know if I've earned it yet, because I always wonder, what does it take to be a blues man?
Yeah.
And then you think about like Robert Johnson and Blind Willie Johnson, right. And you're like, well, if that is the criteria, I am by no means a blues man.
Well, maybe you can do the criteria, but like in the present tense, like, of course, the criteria is always that you're not rich and you don't make enough at your job, or a woman's like, or whoever your significant other is sleeping around on you. Like the blues is just the doldrums of what's happening right then. So maybe you have a 2023 version of the blues. You know what I'm saying? Where you see all these people getting all this attention, all these people just make it seem easy to do what you're doing, to start from nothing, and then really want to build your music up from the ground and want it to be a real sound, no tracks, nothing like that. So maybe that's your blues.
Well, I guess I will say this. That if we're going off that, then yes, I am by full definition a blues man. I cannot tell you what it's been like working in a kitchen that doesn't appreciate you and watching people play on the stage every night when you wanted to be up there, but you're too busy making burgers for everybody else and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess like in that sense, yeah, I'm broke. I work all these shit jobs. I get by on barely whatever's in my pocket, pretty much. So yeah, I guess I would say I'm a blues man then by that sense.
Okay, a blues man. Okay. Hey, do you think that we should update the color, like to because it's a new decade, new millennium? Should we call it maybe like the oranges
or the greens?
Yeah, the green, the pewter grays. Yeah. You like playing those grays, boy? Hey, that could be a thing.
I feel like honestly,
the grays, because it's not the blues anymore. The blues is dead, bro. The real blues is gone. It has to be something new because you can't live that kind of life, right?
Well, I guess man. That's a funny point because I definitely feel like the next step in evolution would be like the gray.
The gray, yeah. It's a melancholy.
Oh, also too, it's like 2023. None of us can afford a house. None of us are gonna have retirement funds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just gray. Everything's gray. There's no like. It's like why be sad when everything just mixed?
Oh, hold on. Let me get a picture of you, and black folks, because they're. Yeah. Yeah, fuck the whiteys. I hate those guys. Isn't that right, pancake? Oh, where's pancake? Okay. No pancake? No pancake? All right. Pancake's not with me on this one. My bad. Maybe I should redact that statement. Or maybe I should release it just so I can later redact it.
Well, no, what you should do is you should leak this. You should leak this on yourself. Put a headpiece on yourself just to get negative publicity. And then people are like, this guy is not only racist, but he asks the hard-hitting facts or hard-hitting questions. He doesn't play any games. The next thing you know, you're a Fox contributor.
Yeah, right. Oh, man, that's... All right. All right. This is enough game time. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to do something. So, I'm pretty sure that being in 2023, we're all subject to our mental afflictions.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind talking about that.
Mental affliction.
Look, my main question, and we can go on from this. Does your depression and anxiety swell or subside when you're playing music?
Feel like it. I feel like there's like a moment where it all comes to a head, and we've definitely played music before, and you've definitely seen there were nights where like I played, I didn't seem like I was into it, but then there were nights where like I was just in the zone. I know like when we recorded Waco, that was one of those nights that I was in the zone, and so I guess I say all that to say this is that I think it swells like to a head regardless of how I'm feeling that day, but. It's like, if I'm really feeling it, if I'm really in the groove, there's like this moment where it feels like it just all kind of, this burst of energy, all this anxiety and depression, all these things I've been feeling like it kind of just explodes and generates itself into like more creative, positive energy. Next thing you know, I'm doing things I wouldn't normally do. I'm reaching limits on my guitar that I'm normally not reaching. So yeah, I think it swells, I guess. But it explodes.
The depression swells?
Like all those feelings.
So just emotions swell and then they explode. Okay. Now
when I'm playing.
Right. Now you mentioned Waco. You want to say?
Yeah.
You mentioned Waco. I'm pretty sure whoever's listening does not know what Waco is.
Well, they definitely know what Waco is.
Oh, well, they know where Waco is and what happened at Waco, but not the Waco that you're referring to.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Blue, Dr. Blue, Boy Blue.
Yeah.
When are you going to be Man Blue?
Probably after I get my musical foreskin chopped off.
Oh, okay. Are you going to evolve like a Pokemon into like Sky Blue?
Yeah, I feel like that's like when I cap out a 200 person venue, that's the next step.
Right, and then
and it's like with each like increment of like 400 or 500 people. I just evolved into the next thing, eventually leading to
Azul.
Azul Cerulean.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that's funny.
Azul Cerulean. That's what I'll put on my Romanian.
Yeah, right.
How are you feeling tonight?
All of the women tonight with the unibrow.
Do you feel sexy tonight?
This is best good indeed. Come here, women. But anyway, yeah. So back to Waco. Let's simmer down that chaos a little bit. Back to Waco, the one that you're referring to. If you wouldn't mind talking about that, what is Waco?
Okay,
why is this such a?
All right. Well, to the uninformed, to the unwashed masses. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding.
That means y'all dirty.
We can edit that out.
No,
to the uninformed, Waco is a track we did during lockdown. At the start of lockdown, I believe can I say that we were doing? Well, it's Michigan. We were smoking a lot of pot. Actually, we were eating, drinking, and smoking pot because we had like the can of butter, and so we were always making like hella edibles.
Yeah, we had tincture,
and we were smoking weed, dude. I just remember though. So Waco is a culmination of us consuming a lot of weed and booze, and then of course the only healthy thing to do in a government mandated lockdown is to sit in a living room with all the blinds closed, watching government conspiracy videos. One of those being Waco. So yeah, as if we weren't paranoid enough. And then it was a culmination of going downstairs and just
basically channeling up all the feelings that we had from watching the documentary.
And it's a song. It's unreleased, and probably the cool version will probably never be recreated or sold or just anywhere.
No, if it was up to me, like honestly, I would release it as it is. Yeah. It's just I don't care. It's just really
it's a nasty jam. But so that's Waco.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember being in lockdown. I remember waking up at the crack of noon and not speaking to you or Verno J until I had my drink, which remember we had a big glass thing of, what was it, vodka? No, it wasn't vodka.
Evan Williams, I thought.
Yeah, it was like a gallon.
Yeah.
Until I had that and some cereal and smoked a cigarette and smoked some weed. Then I would talk. So it'd be about noon 30, noon 45.
Dude.
And then we watched the documentary, went downstairs and...
But, hey, man, I will say that even though that's not like a beneficial creation process, I feel like having that moment in our lives, especially in my life as a artist now or someone who's really trying to do the damn thing, is that it kind of opened my eyes to like to like being able to touch on certain emotions, because like whenever you smoke weed, especially, it's like you're already in a different headspace. And so I remember at that time in my life, my experience with smoking weed. Not that this is a whole thing about weed now, but I'm just saying that
we're talking about weed.
But it definitely opened my mind up, like to expressing and exploring newer emotions or different emotions, and also my playing became more expressive from that time period, because I feel like, especially during then, that was like such a visceral moment for all of us, like being locked in, and then just all we had were basically drugs and guitars, and I think we came out on the better end of that, to be fair.
I mean, well, it was the perfect time to do anything that you wanted to do creatively. Yeah. And we were able to bro out at Verno J and just let it run wild.
I'll even say this, that I think tonight's show, the Jack B, who's opening, he is a product of the COVID lockdown sort of thing. Sorry, we are. I'm trying to. So Jack. So the opener tonight is a product of the COVID lockdown, and just it's crazy like what lockdown did for all of us. Like I feel like it definitely told us or showed us, like, took a forced introspection kind of thing.
What was the name of the artist that you said that is opening
out? Jack. He's gonna hate me. I want to say Beidler, but his name's like Bedler. It's Beilder.
All right,
Jack Bedler. I'm sorry, Jack. Don't hate me.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah.
But he's the opener tonight.
All right. We're not editing that.
All right.
All right. So, anyway, what are some of the other projects that you've been involved in? You didn't say what was the name of the band that Waco was a part of.
Oh, Waco was a part of the Christian band camp, right?
Uh-huh.
We had like 3 different names down there. It was like there was band camp, there was I feel like there was something like Dad Rock at one point.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we always refer to it as band camp because we were camp
Band
counselors.
camp, yeah.
Yeah. What other projects are you involved in?
I've helped Sunny Smiles. I co-wrote some of the songs. I can't tell you off the back of my head.
Right. Sunny Smiles just released it. Sunny Smiles released an album.
No, he released a single.
Just a single.
It's
okay.
From his new project called A Reading of Everything. Look at this. I'm in my own interview and I'm plugging another artist.
Yeah.
Aren't I sweet? Too,
Yeah,
actually.
No, well, see, I set you up for that.
Yeah.
You see, that's what we call an advanced interviewing tactic. It's when you can plug people in
Yes.
and get them notoriety.
I will say though, yeah, Sunny Smiles. I've worked with him. Very cool dude.
Who else?
I have worked with. Oh, this is going to be the weird, awkward pause. I've worked with Raz Nasty. Or I'm currently working with him. Well, actually, he goes by Rowdy Fingers, but we call him Raz Nasty. And Rowdy Fingers may change yet. He's still not sold on the name. But either way, we haven't like written anything together officially, but we've worked on each other's songs together.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and then honestly, that's pretty much it right now that I can think off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. So now that we talked about about some of the bands or musical acts that you were a part of, what are some of your biggest influences? I know you are you're influenced by a certain Dilbo Biggums, but we'll talk about him later.
Biggums.
And we already talked about Muddy Waters. Who are some of the other biggest influence for this project that you have going on right now?
Biggest influences would definitely be outside of Muddy Waters. Would be Jeff Buckley and Chet Baker. It's funny. I'm thinking about the email I'm going to start sending venues, and I'm going to give them the Jeff Buckley meets Muddy Waters meets Chet Baker, all in one exclusive.
Meets Old Dirty Bastard, because my ex-wife is going to be there.
Oh!
Thank you. Thank you.
He's going to be here all week, literally.
Thank you, baby. Anyway, yes, son.
But yeah, those 4 are like my biggest influences for it. Definitely Chet Baker and Jeff Buckley. Like, you know what's funny too is so far, like, there have been people coming up to me after, like, I'd play on the open mic stage or whatever, or just play, like, just wherever I'm playing. And twice now somebody has come up to me. So the first time, this lady was like, "You sound like Chet Baker." And I was like, well, that's like one of my biggest influences, so that's cool. Mm. And then the other night, this dude was like, "You sound exactly like Jeff Buckley in New Orleans." And I was like, oh shit. So like now they're kind of sussing me out now. All I got to get is the Muddy Waters compliment, and then they figured me out.
Oh, all right. You have a fear of being figured out?
I'm just a culmination of all my favorite things. I'm not original at all.
I mean, well, in that vein, isn't it safe to say that nobody's actually original, as everything's influenced by something that came before? So, I mean,
unless you're that dude who did the sculptures. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Sure. I mean, but he's not the universal truth on the universe. Like, okay, so here's my thing. What if in 40 years somebody was to say that to someone else about you? Like, you sound like Boy Blue. Yeah. Is that bad? Like, how would you feel if someone...
No, I don't think it's bad. I think the older I get, the more I realize that's more of a compliment than it is a diss on your own talent. Because realistically, you think about it, Jeff Buckley, Chet Baker, Muddy Waters, they did something right and people fucking love it. And if you can remind somebody of an act that good, then you're obviously doing something right as well.
When you think about it, if we didn't have Muddy Waters, we wouldn't have the Rolling Stones.
That's right.
They got this. They got their name from a Muddy
Man,
Waters.
if we didn't have Muddy Waters, we wouldn't have
we wouldn't have no
Led
funk.
Zeppelin.
We wouldn't have any funk, bro, because he put the unk up in it, bro. We would have just had an F.
You better watch the tone of your voice.
We would have just had an F, bro. So okay, so here's what I want to know. This is a very very serious question. I know that we've treated this with levity, but now it's time to tone it on down. I just want to know if cigarettes were an acoustic instrument, would you be open to making it electric?
Well, if cigarettes were I feel like if cigarettes were acoustic,
That's what I said.
I feel like it'd be something more akin to like, I don't know, it'd be like super woody and earthy, and I feel like it's kind of like a fucking a recorder or something. You know, like a little like.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if you got like a real wooden recorder, it's gonna sound good. But if you got one of them fake cheap plastic ones, electric ones, whatever they say, mass produced, it'd be horrible. It'd be god awful.
Hey, it's a funny story about the recorder. I remember when I was in elementary school, they.
He's talking about. Sorry.
Oh.
You called him.
But I remember when I was in elementary school, they gave us a permission slip to give to our parents to get a recorder, the instrument. So I took it to my mom because it's music class. I'm like, oh wow, I get to finally play an instrument. And then I give my mom the permission slip. And she's like, that's exactly what the fuck you need is a recorder. To record what I say, so I had to keep on repeating my motherfucking stuff. Finally, the school district's doing something all right, and she got me a recorder. And boy, she was mad when I motherfucking came home with a goddamn musical instrument, man. She was mad as fuck. She was, what the fuck is this? She was like, what the fuck is this? This is a recorder. I'm like, well, mother, it's a musical instrument.
Oh my god. I love your mom.
So I was kind of bait you into talking about a band that I love, and it's a band that actually got me into music, the Stuck Ups.
Gotcha.
No, I mean, not got me into music, but that's around the time when I first moved to Michigan.
Yeah.
And I didn't have many friends. We worked together, and I saw you do music. You had your friends, you had whatever, and I saw you up there on the stage. And I remember I was wearing like a dashiki. Of course, I had my drum hairs like all out. But that was the first time I had ever seen one of my friends actually facilitate a dream, or in small part. Of course, it's not your entire dream, but that was the first time that I had seen somebody do that. And from that moment on, we always just clung on to music. I don't know how many fans I have out there. I love Supreme YOYBB, but my drive, my chutzpah, which I found out starts with a C instead of an H. It's chutzpah. Anyway, but came from you and came from the Stuck Ups. So are the Stuck Ups forever dead? Es muerto en Todio?
That's a good question. I don't know. Only time will tell. Stuck Ups was basically my first band ever. First official band ever, though we never played anywhere. We did record in Verno J. There is a Stuck Ups demo real deep in the vault there. It was me, Darcy Stanziola, Thomas Palka, and Zoe. Oh my God.
This motherfucker with first and last names, bro. It could just
Zoe. Her artist name is Zoe Madison. I keep wanting to call her.
Go. Are you gonna give them my social security number, man?
Hey, I'm giving out first names.
925-364-4111.
Zoe Madison was in that project as well. And anyways, though,
Steal my shit.
That project was it. We had about 3, almost 4 songs done, and there were just some disagreements, which happens, especially when you don't know what you're doing. So there was just like some fundamental disagreements, and so I'd like to think that there's a chance for it out there, but realistically, and that's probably getting me in the hot seat with my friends. But I'm gonna
shit!
I'm putting this on fucking record here. I'll say this: if it does come back, it'll be with the right people. but as much as that's like a very loaded response, I guess, or like there's a lot of weight behind that response, I will say that, you know, the original Stuck Ups, I feel like we were the right people, but also I feel like the right people can change, you know, on time and stuff like that. So to make a very vague answer short, yeah, it'll come back. It'll come back, but it probably won't come back with the original group.
In some other form. I mean, that's cool because like if you guys come out in like 2035, I know I'm gonna be there, boy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll be there.
My geriatric ass.
Yeah. So another question, and this is coming from one of your fans, actually your biggest fan. How integral are sunglasses to your playing and comfort on stage? Do you need sunglasses to channel the boyness or the blueness?
That's actually a good thing because I think Raz has my sunglasses. Yeah, I like the sunglasses. Or I use them because I close my eyes a lot on stage, and I feel like until I'm comfortable enough keeping my eyes open on stage, it'd be better just for me to have sunglasses so that at least you can't tell that I'm closing my eyes, even though I just outed myself that I am definitely still going to be closing my eyes.
I can edit it if you want me to.
Yeah, let's edit that out.
All right. I gotta say something. I'll let Hitler was right. There we go.
Anyways, I wear sunglasses because
I'm not gonna edit it. It's just gonna be a beat, just so it's there. But
and then he's gonna come and Hitler was right.
No, bro, that reminds me of and I'm sorry to steal the spotlight away from you. I told Matt like next time I record an album, I wanted there to be a silent triangle. Like I actually want to record a track for a triangle, but turn it all the way down, so it's on there, but you can't hear it. I want there to be a picture. I want that to be the album cover. Triangle, but
just no triangle
no
whatsoever.
Triangle. No, I mean there is triangle, but you just
didn't you give Matt a triangle just recently?
Yeah, I gave him like 5 triangles.
Dude, we're getting off topic, but I just gotta say this. Your next major album, I'm talking your next 10 plus release, you should sorry.
Well,
you should call it Triangle and have a picture of like somebody like holding a triangle in a very nice way, and just have no triangle. Like it'll be like songs for the triangle. Or
dude, oh no, it could be like somebody in full swing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we'll get like the motion blur or whatever.
Like it looks like the definitive Triangle album.
Yeah.
Like nobody else has soloed on Triangle for an entire hour.
It's the album of the Triangle.
It's the album of the Triangle, bro. My hair's like, there's no Triangle. That's how you get people to listen to an hour-long album. They're listening for the Triangle. Or like, no, bro, like put the Triangle just a little, just ding.
I know, like at the end.
Just,
oh, God. You gotta get back on topic.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So, fuck, I forgot what we were talking about, but I'll go to the next thing that's on the list. But see, it's about having fun. It's about talking. Like I said, this is me.
Oh, it's about having fun.
I was about to say something really heartwarming, but fuck this guy. Here we go. Dude.
I can't do that to you. Not on the interview. I can't have that on record because things I would say to you.
Say it, motherfucker.
No,
say it.
Because if it was on record, then you could be like, "Oh, he's mean to me," and everyone will.
You are mean to me.
I'm not mean to you.
Yes, what are you about to say then? What are you about to say?
You look very nice today.
No, motherfucker, you a cussed lie. You a cussed fucking lie. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Old bucket mouth.
Here we go.
Bucket head ass.
Here we go. Bucket mouth.
Spindly diddly head ass.
Bro, shut up, bro.
Old fat feet ass.
Oh my God, my feet
skinny
are fat,
jean
bro.
Ass.
Bro, skinny jeans, bro. Are these jeans? No, these are black cargos. I'm gonna take a picture so they know I'm wearing black cargos. This motherfucker's just making shit up. Here the fuck we go. And built like a John Deere.
Hey,
looking like a bleach tickle me.
Now I'm interviewing you.
Like, here we go.
Now I'm interviewing you.
What you got? All right, yeah, that's what I thought. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so I know you're associated with Verno J Records. Wow, this is kind of like how we record music. It goes to like chaos, and then it's okay. No, seriously, this is what it's about. Like for real. All right, so I know that you're associated with Verno J Records.
Yep.
And we haven't covered this on the interview, but you always talk about the Verno J sound. Can you tell me, boy, is this here Verno J sound. But how would you describe it?
How would I describe the Verno J sound?
Mm-hmm.
I would. I want to be careful on how I answer this first and foremost because there's a lot I could say that would be good, but I feel like would be just commonplace with everybody else saying anything about what they're doing. Because, you know, I want to say that the Verno J sound is the sound of people not tied to their egos, not tied to their economic status, you know, race, sexuality, any of that. Like, I feel like what the Verno J sound truly sounds like is somebody who is fully and able to embrace their artistry without any sort of like criticisms or withholding. Like, you know, every time we go down there, and I know that's like a weird answer for a sound, but like, it's like if you could just imagine somebody just letting it all out and just doing the damn thing, that's what Verno J would sound like. Because you know this to be true. Like, we sat down in that studio with Matt, and I know there were times he fucking was fed up with our asses because we were either drunk or just being stupid.
I think it was your ass because it wasn't my ass.
Oh, well, yeah.
My mama raised me, boy.
Well, you seen how he's. But
yeah.
My point being is that he doesn't. He's there for the artist, and he builds that like environment of it's a symbiotic relationship. And I know there's a lot of places I could say that about their studio too, but I just feel like, I don't know, that would be the best way to describe it. It's just total, like no holds barred. It's just raw sound, like raw beauty, you know, in its truest form.
Right.
That's the Verno J sound, in my opinion.
Okay. Hold on. So, so I know you talked about your association with being a blues man, and one of the things that you highlighted was money.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, one of the things you highlighted was money, and this is a question I prepared because I assumed that we would derive on this.
Sorry, my friend.
No, it's okay.
You got it. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, touching back on the point where you're talking about being a blues man and money being one of the main things that, well, not a blue man, a gray man, feeding your grays. I ask you, if I gave you $10,000 to stop recording and performing music for 5 years, would you accept the money?
Man, not for 5 years. If somebody gave me like $10,000 to go fuck off in a cabin to stop performing or recording, I guess I'd use that time to write. But to stop, like if it was just to stop completely, I could not do that.
Okay.
I would just translate that into writing at that point, because that's kind of like the sole ambition in my life is that I'm a writer before I'm an art or a musician and a performing artist. Anyways,
okay.
I don't need the music as much as I need the writing. But if I didn't have the writing, I'd probably lose my mind.
Okay, so 10,000 for 5 years wouldn't work. What about 10,000 for 3 years?
If only I was allowed to write. But if I wasn't allowed to write, no, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Couldn't do it at all. I need to have a creative outlet just because, I don't know, it's just, that's like a part of me. Like if you see my journals around here, all the papers and stuff, like I can't not fucking write. Like I'm the most talking and ass person ever. Like I have to talk. And sometimes if I can't talk to anybody, I just write it.
Okay, so now going to the other side, and I actually thought of this question before because we're friends, and you've talked about Verno J and Verno J being your friends. What about for $10,000? Somebody told you, hey, you got to stop recording with Verno J, and you come with us. We'll pay you. No, better yet, let me rephrase it. If we paid you $10,000, I should have thought about it. I really got to make it spicy.
All right.
Because what it was going to lead to is like, do you see yourself possibly outgrowing your friends, outgrowing the circumstance where you would possibly leave the people behind once you've attained a certain level?
So the way that I've approached it, because this is just something I've had to come to realization in my own life with just like friends on a personal level, is that what I ever leave behind, Verno J and everybody that's got me this far, it wouldn't be that I left them behind or outgrew them, but it would be more so on the terms of like, do our values still align? Because I have a personal goal with this music and with what I'm doing that I believe Verno J is aligned with. So I don't think it's ever going to be a real reality, but I don't want to never say never. That's a weird knock on wood. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like if there ever came a point in my life where I was able to partake in grander things, I would first try to bring Verno J, the whole team with me. But if it was one of those things where it was like, I couldn't do it, or just because, like, but by the way, when I say like I couldn't bring them along, it'd be more like, again, a difference in values or a difference in the way that, you know, Verno J would want to pursue art versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd have to be such a fundamental difference that at that point I would probably cut my ties. But no, I don't, because every step I grow, Verno J grows with me. Every step I grow, I'm taking, you know, I mean, we've had our conversations even about getting you out there off of the knowledge that I have. So,
right. I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good answer. You're still in my will. All right. So I want to know, if your biggest fan, me, was in the front row, what would you want your biggest fan to see on your very first show?
What would I want him to see?
Yeah. Well, or how would you want yourself to be presented for your biggest fan on your for your first show in the front row?
Well, I would definitely want my biggest fan. I think what I want my biggest fan to experience is just sheer and total awe of my ability, I guess. Like, not like a look at me, but like I want to create something so beautiful for the people listening that they all sit there and they're like, holy shit, you know? Like, even like removing all the money, removing all that factor, like that is what I'd want for my biggest fan, which is you, I guess.
Yeah.
I just want, I would want to see you standing there.
Yeah.
If I can get you to the point where you can't even, like, because I know you like to move and play your bongo, but if I had made you to the point where you just sat standing there, just mouth agape, I know I did it right.
Dude, that's the thing. I don't know if that has or will ever happen.
But if it does.
You know, because like that's the thing. Like that's how I play, or that's how I not. What does it say? Well, it says sing a joyful noise unto the Lord, but that's how I appreciate music. So if you can get me completely like in the zone, like hair's going all over the place, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Like beautiful girl over there, whole ton of money, my best friends over there, like fuck that. If you got me like fuck all of that and I'm just playing the drum, but yeah, I mean if you do leave me like that, that would be something, man.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'd probably, I mean, well, you left me pregnant a time or two, now that we have now that I got you. Oh. You left me pregnant a couple of times, but we'll talk about that off the record. Oh. I'm just using this for court documentation, baby. Oh. So, before you hit the stage, are you going to partake in drink?
I might try to have a beer.
God damn it! Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you going to partake in smoke?
Yes.
Give me something to work with. You got to go in depth.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. No, I think so. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably dally with the intoxicants a little bit. Not too hard though. Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a very vague way of saying maybe, maybe not, yeah. Baby.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want Boy Blue to be a doctor. It's like, hey, will I survive this surgery? Maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe not. Perhaps. Perhaps. It may happen. Studies have shown it's at least 25% likely.
Yeah.
You know.
You have a 25% chance to live.
I mean, 1 out of 5 dentists agree. I mean, it's
there's one that does, though.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to that $10,000 that I talked to you about before. So, what if I smacked the shit out of you, then vehemently denied ever smacking you? Would you agree not to press charges for $10,000? And I'm talking about the shit. I'm talking about, hold on. No, wait. No. Like, if I just did it like that. $10,000 for you to take it and not press charges on me.
I'm gonna be real with you. Right now, where I'm at in my life, yeah, for 10K, yeah, I'd be like, go ahead, knock me out.
9K.
No, hell no. That's odd. That's odd. Can't do it on odd.
Okay. So 4K.
Okay, I'm still in a rough spot. So 4K might.
2K?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, $800?
No, it'd have to be over
$900.
Over $1,000.
$1,001.
Nope, over 1,500.
1,003. You motherfucker, you just said 1,000. Over 1,500?
Yeah.
1,500. No, $1,400. $1,497.65. That exact amount. No taxes. Fuck all that bullshit. I'll give you.
I'd probably take it, dude. I probably would.
Wow.
You want to talk about the blue? How bad I got the blue?
How bad you got? No, man. But we're just supposed to be calling it the grades, but no, blues does sound better. Hey, you got them blues. You got them blues.
You're like, what are you gonna say about the grades? You're like, if you got a job,
you got them grades.
You got the grades. If you got a job, you got the grades.
Bro, no, but see, it's your inflection is kind of making it's bastardizing it to blues, because if let's say there's an alternate universe, right? Mm-hmm. Right now we will be talking about it should be called the blues, not the grays.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's been ingrained in us forever. Ain't nobody called it the grays. That's the scary part about capturing uncharted territory.
I think that's what I'm gonna coin my genre.
The grays, yeah, it's a you
gray
or something.
We'll call it gray.
Just grays.
Well, gray would be like the shortened version, but the official version would be like gray jazz soul or something like that.
No, oh shit, all those parts. I mean, it's your thing. I was thinking.
I'm talking the official title: gray jazz and soul. But gray.
No, it's
gray.
No, because we'll think about gray.
Gray jazz.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's a question: would you perform without your hat?
Well, I'm not. That's like the weird thing, right? Is that like I'm not insecure about being bald or whatever. Right. It's more so like
as he takes off his hat.
It's like the aesthetic of it. Like I feel like just having a hat is a better image than not having a hat, unless you have like crazy good hair. Right. I always believe, even if like people with hair, I always believe you should have a hat because hats just look better. You look more. I don't know. There's more to you, like more to your outfit that you're displaying. So no, I don't think I ever would perform without a hat. Mm-hmm. But that being said, would I? Most definitely. I mean, if I had to, if it was like, you can't wear this hat or the sun will explode, or if it was some shit like I lost my hat on a bus or something. Oh,
here's a better question. It's more direct. Let's say you're playing music, right? Yeah. And you're like doing your thing and your hat were to fall off. Would you stop? Do you think that you would stop playing? No. That wouldn't stop you?
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, I feel that.
No.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Especially if I'm like, if I'm in the zone, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I feel that.
My pants could fall down.
Oh yeah, just get it with the pants on. Yeah. No, well, I asked because that's part of my thing too, because I struggle with the baldness. But if I'm in the music, like that's in my mindset. If I'm on the stage, if I'm playing music, you can't tell me shit. I'm in the ultimate state, the ultimate form. Like nothing can bother me. I'm impenetrable. You getting water? Oh, now it's time for us to talk to our sponsors or about our sponsors. This interview by Love Supreme and Verno J is brought to you by Yellow